The picture.
Yep. We're live. What's up, everybody? This is John Sanders here with your favorite show, whatever the show's called, Limitless Hoops. There you go. All right. Hey, welcome. So, big news today. Wait, did you see the other message on the other account? I don't even know what you guys are saying. Yes, it has started right now. Anyways, big news today. I'll get to it in a second, but looks like we are going to be playing some basketball this summer, so that's the cool thing about it. All right. Someone asked me why I put the picture of Bronny James up there. Well, of course, it was to get some clickbait, of course, but we do play guys like that during the summer. All right. And again, I'll talk about that in a second as well. Today's quote, just to start you guys off, today's quote is begin anywhere. All right, begin anywhere. And what that means is no matter like how good you are, how bad you are, how long you've waited, you can begin today. All right, you can begin right now in your quest to become the next Kobe Bryant. You can begin right now. You can begin right now. There's another quote that says, when is the best time to plant a tree? And it says that 20 years ago is the best time to plant a tree. But the second best time is right now. And what that means is, of course, if you started 20 years ago, the tree would be dope. But the next best time, if you can't start, if you don't have a time machine, is to start right now. And none of us have a time machine, so start right now. So if you want to be great, but start right this second. Got it? So begin anywhere, please. And speaking about beginnings in AAU basketball, my beginnings, I started off playing local ball in I think 4th grade. I asked my mom if I could play. Shot the ball up, and she was like, "Yeah, let me see if you can play basketball." I shot the ball for her, and it went over the backboard. And she goes, "Well, you can play anyway." So I played in a local league. I got MVP of that league. Then she put me in a better league that had traveling teams come 5th grade. In 5th grade, we went to like Florida, I think it was. Then in 6th grade was when they started getting big time. We went to a tournament called the Big Time Tournament, and it was in Las Vegas. At this tournament, the one thing that I remember, the earliest memory, my earliest AAU memory was after our game. I don't know if we won or lost that game. I have no clue, but we were eating dinner, and a kid on our team, Chad Garson, who now coaches, his brother coaches for Utah. Chad Garson, his brother actually came back from his game. He was a junior at the time, and he came back, and we were like, "Oh, how did your game go? How did you guys do?" And we were 6th graders. He was a junior, and he goes, "Oh, we lost by 80." And we're like, 80? How can you lose by 80 points in a game? And he goes, no. But we played against this guy named Kevin Garnett. He's going to be an NBA pro like next year. Like he's going to skip college, everything. And no one had ever skipped college before, like besides a couple of guys. And we were like, sure, whatever. He goes, no, this guy was so good. But thing is he's stupid. He has like a 1.2 grade point average. Well, a year later, he took that 1.2 grade point average and changed it into a $3.3 million contract because KG, or Kevin Garnett, he became an NBA player like really soon after that. So that was the caliber of players that we knew that we would be playing against. That made me super excited. Of course, I got my grades up. I always kept high grades. I wasn't admiring him for that part. I admired it because someone got a chance to play against Kevin Garnett. And that was like cool to me. I was like, dude, I want to play against a pro that's going to beat me by 80. Or like, at least have a chance to be in the same room as him. Come on. All right. So I try to put you guys in those situations where you guys are going to see guys who are going to be the Kevin Garnetts in the future. All right. Anyways, just to keep pace, we have our first elementary school drill. And again, I promise you I'll get to more information later. But the elementary school drill for today is juke straps. And Ian couldn't read this very well earlier, and a few other people couldn't. Okay, so if you have the book, all right, these are dates. You find the date. But since I gave you guys the books early, this date in the middle, like this one says Wednesday, you want to go to the actual date of next year since it starts in 2021. And then you want to flick back until it says Monday, like today's date is. So that's how you guys figure out what day that you're on. And then it says the whole drills for the day. It has the motivational quote, has the challenge that you're supposed to do, has the quote of the day up here, everything like that. So that's how you read the book. Hope you guys understand it. And in the beginning of the book is where all the movies are and everything else for the clinics. So understand how to read the book first, and then we can get there. So if you're having trouble with it, just let me know like he did. All right. Anyways, today's drill is juke straps. All right, juke straps. I love juke straps, as I do every drill, right? I say that all the time. But juke straps is where you have a belt, and it's connected. Ian can't read. Gavin's saying it. So you have a juke strap, and it's strapped to another person, and they're connected by Velcro. And then you want to get away from that person. You want to juke. And I know some kids don't know how to juke. They just go like this. Dude, you got to like juke, like juke, and you sprint that way. And what that's going to do is make you more elusive. So during basketball games, now you can do that. You know, it helps you on defense so you can stick with people, but also helps you on offense so that you can get away from people. Ian also can't shoot. Why are you guys just dogging Ian, guys? Dude, man, Ian has feelings too, guys, okay? He can't read the feelings, but still. I can read. Okay. Anyways, next thing. Make sure, and when you're doing the juke straps, change your speed and direction. All right. And speaking of speed and direction and adjusting and our desire, we are almost 3 weeks away from playing. All right. 3 weeks and we get to play. It's been a long quarantine period. Now, I know all you guys aren't playing, but some of y'all are playing. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we have our first tournament. Okay. And the tournament that we are going to have is called the Georgia Tar Heels Tournament. And it's from July 10th through July 12th. And it's in Georgia. And I went to their website and they canceled it. And they said that it's actually 2 weeks after that now. But we already have our plane tickets and we have our hotels. And I'm like, what the heck? They didn't even call me. I had to go to their website. He was not going to call me. He goes, unprecedented time, sir. And I was like, what? And the new date, I was like, who can do the new date? People couldn't do the new date. And like Finley, she's going to go to Phoenix for a thing. And I was like, what are we going to do? And then the day got saved. There was another tournament in Georgia at that same exact time that I already knew about. And I hit him up and he goes, yes, ours is still on. And I was like, is it anywhere close to us? And he goes, it's about 30 minutes away from you. I was like, good enough. So we are going to Georgia. It is back on. You don't have to worry about it. We are good to go. We have about 6 people. I'll let you guys know who those 6 are in a little bit. So we are good to go. All right. Again, it's going to put us in a very unfamiliar situation, but we're doing it. Again, summertime is always going to be unfamiliar, always going to be strange, but now it's going to be very strange because it's our first time ever leaving the house. First time leaving the state in a while, right? So it's going to be very, very different. So we're going to the down south, right? The dirty, and we have to just figure it out. And that brings me to my next drill, the middle school drill. And for the middle school drill, we have the rhythm drill. All right, the rhythm drill. I can't do it for you right here, but the rhythm drill is, it's so complicated, so complex. But you go in between your legs. You know what? Toss me a basketball. I'm going to do it real quick. Okay, let me see it. Toss me a ball. All right. Let's see. So this is me. It's okay. All right. So this is the rhythm drill. I have the ball right here. All right. We're going to let the ball bounce, and we're going to tap it right here. All right. Further away. Here we go. All right. So we tap it right here. 1. Then we go around. 2. Move it. 3. And then we're going to jump and switch 4. All right. Then you go fast. All right. And if you're looking, you can tell I have enormous calves, very, very sexy legs. But beyond that, I get faster and faster and faster. That's the rhythm drill. That's the rhythm drill. And we do that because it throws you off. And it's supposed to be like weird, right? And it's supposed to be strange. They call it the rhythm drill the horse drill because it makes that sound. It's supposed to sound like a horse. All right. So get good at that drill. You can watch it, post it online if you want. I would not mind people getting good at that drill. So take care of it. All right. And even without the virus, like I said, it's crazy times. All right. Our summer basketball is crazy times. My most fun story, beyond just my stories, but your stories, was last summer. All right, now pretend like you don't know Finley Chastain, okay? But just pretend. So we have a girl on a basketball team who plays with boys. But this girl, on her Instagram page, with other girls watching, she posts, well, this just happened in her game. And people know she plays with boys, but she doesn't know what kind of boys. And what just happened was, she got dunked on, but it was by a guy who did a 360 dunk. And this is a 5th grade girl playing against someone who just did a 360 dunk. That's not normal. And I put you guys into very crazy situations because I want you guys to see these people. All right. And for me, I had my not normal times too, and they all came on dunks. All right. So I wanted to experience this. I really, really wanted it. I was like, I'm tired of just beating up on the kids in my neighborhood. Who's out there? Who can hang with me? Who can do this? Because I knew that they existed. Then in 8th grade, playing in a game, I ran on fast break, and some guy dunks. I would say on me, but he was so far in front of me, it didn't matter. He dunks it, hangs on the rim, swings back, jumps over my head on the way back, and I'm just like, whatever, dude, let me take the ball out, stupid. All right. I was like, whatever. And then my second time was in 9th grade. I'm at this camp, and I, again, told myself that, dude, there's some amazing guys out there. I know they're going to be out there, but I didn't know how soon I would see them. Again, I would step onto the court. My first step onto this court in LA. I step onto the court. Some guy comes down, and again, 360 dunks on 3 people. And I was like, 1 foot inside the gym, and I was like, well, I guess I've arrived. And I was so hyped to be in that camp. And the last one was that same year, 9th grade. This guy named George Gervin. He's the Iceman in the NBA. He's a legendary player. He scored like 68 points in one game before in the NBA. He's known as the Iceman. But his nephew, this guy named, I don't know what his name was, but his name was Gervin. He did this spin move that was so fast. He was only like 6'2". I was 6'7". He did a spin move that was so fast. I saw him do it on my person. I was in help side. And this guy jumps up. After the spin move, I couldn't even get off the ground. He jumps up, dunks in my face so hard as a 6'3" guy, shorter guy. And I was like, what? And he dunks on me. And I was like, whatever, I'll take the ball out of bounds. No. His coach had already been screaming, and everyone in the whole gym, even though there was coaches there, like college coaches, ran on the court. And they cleared the whole court, and like no one could play. And everyone was like, ah! And I was like, shut up, really? This is not happening to me. So that happened to me. All right, those are my dunk experiences, and like, yo, I mean, you don't want to be on that receiving end, but you know that you're playing with the real ballers. That's a unique feeling that I think everyone should know, because then you're playing against the best. Because then if you do well, and I wound up later being, I was in an all-star game in that camp, so I made up for it. But you know that you're with the best. Then you do well, then it really, really matters. All right, next drill is our high school drill. High school drill. And you can tell I'm getting excited because I'm starting to think back to my favorite memories. I mean, because honestly, like, there is no better time than summer basketball. For those of you guys missing it because of the quarantine, you'll get it next year. Don't worry. But those of you guys going, you're lucky. All right. It's so cool. Anyways, I have a repeating timer on there just to keep me on pace, by the way. So if you see me check my watch, I don't have like a date or anything. I'm just repeating the timer. All right. Next thing is our high school drill. We have the around the cone spot shots. Around the cone spot shots, what that is this. You have a cone on the ground. You shoot the shot. Rest in peace, John. Yeah, exactly. All right, hey, you guys can't even jump. All right, y'all get dunked on in freaking video games. All right, anyways, around the cone shots. You shoot the ball from on the right side of the cone. You run forward, run back, really close to the cone, and then you run forward again. John B. Why does Gavin have a black accent whenever he texts?
He's like,
it's so weird.
John has big calves.
He'd be like hunted, like, yo, you capping, fool. Like, I think Blake is the blackest, not Blake. I'm sorry, Gavin is the blackest kid in our program, and he's white. Anyways, okay, around the cone shots, you shoot the shot, run around the cone, then you come back forward to shoot again, but you have to prepare your feet. And why this is that you want to make sure that your footwork is always ready to shoot, always ready to shoot. You don't want to be running backwards shooting. You don't want to be running sideways shooting. You always want to step into your shot. So this drill allows you to really get your footwork down pat. So you run forward, run back, then you run forward again or step in. All right. I'm just lazy when I type. I'm sure. You gangster. Anyways, so you want to prepare early to be aggressive with this drill. And I say that for life too. So we have prepared early for these tournaments. We have prepared early so that we can be aggressive now. All right. We are, if we had just started right now to play when things are just now releasing, like, you know, LA or California is going to open on Monday. Well, if we were waiting for that, we wouldn't have been prepared. I was prepared for these tournaments about 8 months ago. All right. If you prepare early, then you can be aggressive later. So we are now ready to go. All right. Or at least 6 of us are. 7 of us are. I think we have about 5 kids definite, 1 pretty sure, and then 2 maybes. Momo and Ben are a maybe. All right. So and speaking of maybes, one of the tournaments that we're doing is the Maybe Tournament, MAYB. All right. And it's in Del City, Oklahoma. So OKC. We are going to OKC, and that is, I believe, the birthplace of Armand's favorite team. So we are going to OKC, and that is on July 17th through the 19th. Now, that tournament is still on. I contacted them. They should be good to go. All right. And so the Maybe Tournament in Del City is good to go on July 17th through the 19th. I think that I'll tell you guys more about that later. All right. Next thing is homework. Again, I will keep mentioning it the whole month. The scissor dribble. All right. The scissor between the legs dribble. It's a hard one. Ian almost has it going straight now. Finn is doing it straight to the side. So 90 degrees. You want to do it straight. It's a very hard thing. I understand that. But I want you guys to take the whole month to do it. And this reminds me of Finley. Again, Finley Chastain. I'm walking with her outside of Panda Express. And it was the most interesting thing ever. I look at her, and I had just told everyone in our program, I want you guys doing the January homework. And the January homework is spinning the ball on your finger. So if you can't do it at the first of the month, you should be able to do it on the last of the month. And I say do it for like 60 seconds a day, right? And we're sometimes in February or something like that. And then Finn, just walking in Panda Express, she goes like this with the basketball and goes and spins it all fast, like so fast. I was like, oh, of course you can freaking do it. I was like, yo, when did you learn to do that? I thought she was going to say like when she was in 3rd grade or something like that, because she was in, I think, 5th at the time. And then she goes, last month, you told us to practice it. And I was like, no, but you knew how to do it before. And she goes, no, I did not. And I was like, what? In 1 month, she went from not being able to do it to doing it the fastest I've ever seen. Obviously, she did it for longer than a minute a day, but still. The drill for this month is the scissor dribble. All right. Is it called the scissor dribble? I'm saying it? No, the scissor wrap dribble. The scissor wrap dribble. So you guys need to take the entire month, and then by the end, you'll be able to do it perfectly. And while it's not really a basketball move, it does teach you some basketball skills, because now wrapping the ball is easier, going between your legs is easier. But I will say this: any top-level basketball player can do that move. So do more of what they could do, then you can take care of it. All right. And speaking of tricks, here's one trick for you guys that I employed when I was overseas. Not overseas, sorry. When I was in the AAU circuit. All right. Here's a trick. Here's the biggest trick of your life that you can have. You know all those cliche sayings? Like, it's cliche saying like, support your teammates, yeah. Or like cliche, yo, give 110%, yeah, like that kind of stuff. Here's a shortcut. Do the cliche. Do everything cliche. If you hear someone say it over and over again, do it, because it works. All right. And I'll give you three examples of it. One, when I was in AAU, my 10th grade year, I chose not to warm up because I wanted my teammates to warm up more. But really what I wanted to do was I wanted to show off for the coaches that came to watch me. I stood underneath the basket instead of warming up, and I would clap for my teammates, and they would throw me the ball, and I would throw the ball back to them in a cool way. And I'd be like, yeah, let's go, man. Here we go, behind my back. Oh, yeah, let's go. You can do it. I only did that so the coaches would be like, wow, John Sanders is such a leader. Well, guess what they thought? They thought John Sanders is such a leader, and that's what they called me. They were like, you're such a leader. And I was like, I was doing that crap to impress you, so whatever. But I did it. I did the cliche thing. All right, check his watch again. Yes. And then the second cliche thing that I did. This is so stupid. I would not recommend this. But when people would be dribbling the ball, and I was guarding them as point guard, I would guard them. I would time their dribble. So right when they let the ball go, I would dive. And I did that again for the coaches watching, because I've never heard of anyone doing that crap. I thought it was the craziest thing in the entire world. And I would just get it on the ground and I would just die for not even a loose ball, just a dribbled ball. That's how hard I tried. And when the ball would go flying to the stands right by the coaches, I would go flying. And if I saw a coach there, I would land on him. So he would know my name and number. All right. So they thought that I was the most hustling guy ever. And it worked. And then the last one is at the ABCD camp in New York, I got 2 minutes of playing time a game. They didn't play me. They played me behind this little dude that went to Michigan. I got no playing time. I took a towel and I swung it. And I cheered for my team the whole time. I wanted to cry. I wanted to get mad. But I didn't. I just kept clapping for him. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yes, you're amazing. But I was like just holding it in. I was like, I got to do something to make these coaches think that I'm good. I got called by Notre Dame and Kansas, who later won the national championship the next year. And they started recruiting me. And they said, you did great. And I was like, but I didn't play. And they go, no, we know that you're good. We just wanted to see your attitude. What would happen when you weren't in the game? And I was like, I knew that you wanted to see that, but so I did it. I didn't tell them that, of course. I just said, well, it's just who I am, baby. So do the cliche things. It pays off. So if you're ever mopey and stuff like that, don't do that. Just think, what is the cliche thing? Let me do that. Trust me, do the cliche. Next is our challenges, all right? The easiest challenge that I could think of, okay, is the first grade challenge for the day. And you have to read the challenges. The challenges change all the time, especially if you're an 8th grader. I think it changed from like fast class today, mastery yesterday, and it changes throughout. But for the first grade one, you guys have the 2-minute 2-ball dribbling. And again, this should be like all you guys. I wouldn't mind if you did the 2-minute 2-ball dribbling right when you woke up in the morning. You wake up, put 2 minutes on the clock, and then you just do it. After 15 seconds, switch drills. Do all 8 drills. That's just what you do every single day. All right. And you do it to a song. You just make it a part of your life. And it's just like your wake-up song. All right. So knock that out. Momo, have you ever gotten a steal? You guys are haters. Haters are going to help. Haters are going to hate, guys. Don't worry about them, Momo. All right. Watch. Check again. All right. Next thing is our 7. Oh, yeah. Because we don't have that many people coming, I had to combine the teams. We normally combine them through certain grade levels, but I had to do whatever we could do. So we're missing Jordan, missing all these other people. I'm not sure if we have Ben. So if we don't have Ben, we can't do varsity. Because we're going to have Cam on the other end. Cam is a 6th grader, or 7th grader, sorry. And the older kids are like 9th graders, like Zach, I think 9th. Anyways, we've got 7th through 9th. I'll put us in the 9th grade division and a low 9th grade division just to make it work. All right. Our best player is freaking Finley. Okay. So we have to make it work. So that's my thing. But if Ben is there, Ben's like, I want to play varsity. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe. So we'll see soon what we're going to do if Ben shows up. All right. Next thing is our movie of the day that I'm mentioning. Okay. You guys all have your movies to watch. Has anyone watched the movies? That's debatable. Justice for me, Blake. No, you're gonna say the facts. I live rent free in your head. Yes, indeed. All right. What I was gonna say is the movie of the day is the 12th grade movie, and the 12th grade movie for the month of what month is it? June. Of June. The 12th grade movie. If I flip through the pages of June for 12th grade is this movie. That movie right there. That movie with Ray Allen in it right there. It's called He Got Game. Ray Allen and Denzel Washington. All right, He Got Game. That's the 12th grade movie, so you better ask your parents if you can watch it if you're younger. All right, He Got Game with you had to watch that movie when we were in high school. Oh my God, you had to see it. It was crazy. All right, because Ray Allen, he did a pretty good job, and like Denzel was like the hard dad who just made him do all this stuff. But then he went on like college recruiting trips, and like you got to see like the whole process of it, and it was pretty interesting. And when I got to my own recruiting trips, it wasn't quite like that, but it was pretty crazy. I mean, right when I get there, the hotel room's like decorated. They give me girls just to like show me around campus and like give you like food, all that stuff. And I knew the whole time they would tell me anything to get me. And I knew that coach that was being nice to me, he's lying. I knew it. He's going to be yelling at me in a few months if I choose the school, but it was okay. I was like, let me just get the most out of these trips. I even tried to get a trip to Hawaii because I was way above Hawaii. I was getting recruited by bigger schools. I was like, maybe I can get a trip to Hawaii, because I've never been to Hawaii. Hawaii did not fall for that. Yeah, so I took my recruiting trips to Texas Tech, St. Louis, Colorado State. Those were my recruiting trips. I told USC that I didn't want to go there anymore because they were playing games. They sent me 50 letters in the mail in one day. Normally they send like one a week, right? But they sent me 50 in one day. And I found out that they sent some other guy who was in my same position 250 in one day. And I was like, what is this? I'm like low on their list. I was like, nah, I'm done. And the guy got so mad because he was supposed to come out to my house and he like paid for his flight. He cussed out my mom. It was crazy, but you don't cuss out my mom. My mom will cuss you back out. It was nuts. His name's Henry Bibby. Mike Bibby's dad, he was the coach at USC, got cussed out by my mom. Yeah, so there's a story for you. But the recruiting trips are nuts. So watch this movie. If you're an older kid, really, if you're younger, do not watch it. There's like nude scenes and everything, like crazy. It's crazy. But what I remember about going to these camps, the pump camp in LA that I went to, since I came from Colorado, when I was like a junior or even like a sophomore and freshman, one thing I noticed when you come from high altitude, it was so cool. When you got to low altitude, you could run forever. So I was never tired. I would actually go to my dorm room, which we lived with other kids. It was kind of cool to like live in a dorm room with kids. But I would run a mile to go play in a game. I would just run there and I wouldn't be out of breath at all. Then I would run back to the dorm because walking was just too boring. I just sprinted because when you come from high altitude, you just don't lose your breath. It's very strange. It lasts for like 21 days. And when you go up to there, it's like hard as hell to breathe for your games. So that was really fun. The next thing that was fun is I was in a dunk contest in LA as well. And I was in the dunk contest with Deshawn Stevenson. If you don't know Deshawn Stevenson, he's a dunker that can do all this crazy stuff. I was not that guy. Yet I made the finals. I dunked from the free throw line. And it wasn't that fancy. I did like a few dunks, but I made the finals somehow because no one else could really do that stuff. But he beat me by doing the same dunk over and over and over again. And I still think to this day that I should have won, but he made the NBA. I didn't. He's a dunker. I'm not. And yeah, he kept doing the same crazy dunk, but it was dope. And then the last thing is when I made the All-Star team. All right. There's the best players in all the country. And out of all those players, I made the top 20. And I was a starter for the All-Star team. They put me on the bad All-Star team. There was a good one with all the greatest players, like maybe 4 NBA players on their team. But I was on the bad one that was supposed to lose. However, there was this guy who was on my team named Mike Dunleavy Jr., and his dad was an NBA coach before. But this kid grew from 6 foot to 6'9" during the summer. So no one really knew he was good. He scored 40-something points during that All-Star game. And I, with all these coaches surrounding the court, they were almost on the court, all these coaches, the D1 coaches, surrounding every inch of the court. I had maybe 20 assists to him. I just kept throwing him the ball because I was a point guard. I was a tall point guard, and that was why I got majorly recruited because of this game. It was amazing to play with such great players because everything I threw, they like dunked it. I had never played with good players before because I was playing with the bad players. That's why I was so good. But when I got a chance to play with good players, oh my God, I went to here. And that's why I put you guys with like low-level players or like younger players because I want you guys to carry it. So then the one day when you're with good players, boom, you're going to explode. So that's my whole game plan. The story of the day is about the 4-minute mile. All right. I can read it. I'll read it off this thing. All right. The 4-minute mile was once thought impossible, but was achieved in 1954 by Roger Bannister. That same year, another man broke the barrier. By the end of the decade, there were 20 others. Now, even high schoolers can run it. What happened? The belief it was impossible was erased. And anything can happen once that occurs. All right. So what that means is that like when no one thought that they could break the 4-minute mile, no one did it. But once they found out that someone broke it, immediately everyone started breaking it. So you must believe that you can do things before you can do it. So when someone asks you if you can make the NBA, it's definitely yes. Definitely. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. All right. So it's all about belief. And speaking about belief, again, I am hyped. I never get hyped. I never get excited, really. But I'm hyped because I was so down this morning when I found out that we weren't going to Georgia. And then immediately I came up with this idea. I was like, wait, what about the other tournament? It shot back up. And I'm hyped to go. I'm psyched. I'm going to announce our travel roster for the summer tomorrow. All right, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And this Google Meet, we're going to be doing the poly series. For poly series, normally you run across the free throw line, you get a pass. For this one, since you're doing it on your own, you can stand on the free throw line toward the wing and spin it out to yourself. We're going to do the sweep to spin, sweep to fake spin, sweep to one dribble jumper, and then just catch and shoot jumper. Those are the only 5. So it should be pretty simple. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, watch Ben's basket. He should take care of it, okay? Once someone does a 2-minute mile, then everyone once someone does a 2-second mile, man, we're always going to be like, dude, it's possible. Yeah. And you never know how low that this thing can go. All right. Anyways, great job, everybody. We're going to see you. And I have a surprise for those of you who aren't going on the trip this summer, too. I will tell you guys that one on Friday. All right. I'll keep it a secret until then. All right. Since I can't do the OKC one, I hope the LA tournament happens. I'm not sure about the LA, but again, I'll have a lot more information tomorrow, guys. All right. I'll see y'all at the Google Meet, and Reese's Pieces, homies. All right. That's my call out sign. All right. Peace.